My dear students of class 3, once again I am here to take your value education class. Today I am going to explain the story Well and Water from your value education book, that is Inner Circle. So please take out page 38 chapter 7. Page 38 chapter 7. Before starting the story, I'd like to know, what do you know about Birbal? Have you read any story of Birbal? You know, Birbal was a prime member of the group of 9 members known as the Navaratnas, the Council of Advisors for the Mughal Emperor Akbar. Birbal was very close to Akbar, who loved his wisdom, sense of humor and subtle wit. Birbal was moreover a poet and an author. Akbar was illiterate himself, means he didn't have any formal education. He was unable to read and write. But he had respect for the talented, and thus he used to invite in experts from various fields. There are many stories that are based on the conversations and the exchanges between Birbal and Akbar. The stories of Akbar and Birbal are liked by children and adults alike. Birbal is liked by everyone, means everyone likes Birbal. Why? Because of his wit, humor and sense of justice. Now, wit means intelligence. Humor is the quality of being amusing or comic, and sense of justice means being right or fair. Now, Birbal believed that everyone is equal, irrespective of caste, creed, gender, race, or even wealth. So, for Birbal, everyone was equal in status, rights, and opportunities. One may be a man or a woman, poor or wealthy, Hindu or Muslim. Birbal always solved all the cases without any bias, means without being unfair. Here in this story, Well and Water, Birbal solved such a case. Now, what was the case? A rich businessman sold his well to a poor farmer. When the poor farmer went to draw water from that well the next day, the rich businessman didn't allow him to draw water from it. What did he say? What was his logic? He said, I have sold you the well, but not the water. So I'll not allow you to draw water from this well. Have you understood, children? The businessman told the poor farmer that he had sold the well, not the water. So he won't let the farmer take water from the well. The farmer felt cheated. If you feel cheated, you feel that you have been treated unfairly. This happened with the farmer and he was very sad. He went to the emperor's court and asked for what? Asked for justice. Now, who was the emperor? Yes, Akbar was the emperor. Whom did Akbar call to solve this problem? He called Birbal, as always, to resolve the quarrel. Birbal ordered for the businessman to be brought to court. Birbal then asked him, "You have sold the well to the farmer. Why don't you let him use the water from the well?" Birbal asked for the reason. The rich man replied. He answered, "Yes, you are right. I sold the well to the farmer, but not the water in it. He has no right to draw water from the well as long as it belongs to me." So, this was the logic. The rich man didn't realize till then that he was confronting someone who is considered to be one of the most intelligent men. So Birbal smiled and said, "That's great. But you should also understand, since you have sold the well to this farmer and you claim that the water is yours, you have no right to keep your water in the farmer's well too." Birbal told the rich man that since the water belongs to him, he doesn't have any right to keep the water in the farmer's well. Either he will have to pay rent, pay money to the farmer to keep water in his well, or take all the water out of the farmer's well. It was an order. The sailor understood that his cheap trick had failed. He realized his mistake. The businessman apologized to the farmer and to Akbar. He was sorry and asked for forgiveness. He was ashamed of his greediness and left the court with his head hanging down in embarrassment. So it was something awkward for the rich man and he left the court. The farmer was obviously very happy and thanked Birbal. So this is the story. Hope you enjoyed it. By solving this case, Birbal once again proved that it was his clever thinking that helped to find a solution to the problem. So children, now tell me, what did you learn from the story? We learned from the story that we should not cheat anyone. We learned from the story that we should not cheat anyone. Followed? Okay. Now let us discuss some questions and answers from this chapter. Number 1. Answer the following questions. Answer the following questions. Question number 1. Why is Birbal liked by everyone? Why is Birbal liked by everyone? The answer is Birbal is liked by everyone because of his wit, humor and sense of justice. Birbal is liked by everyone because of his wit, humor and sense of justice. Question number 2. How did the rich businessman trick the poor farmer? How did the rich businessman trick the poor farmer? So, what will be the answer? The answer will be like this. The rich businessman sold his well to a poor farmer. When the farmer went to draw water from that well, the next day, the rich man did not allow him to draw water from it. He told him that he had sold him the well, not the water. I repeat, The rich businessman sold his well to a poor farmer. When the farmer went to draw water from that well, the next day, the rich man did not allow him to draw water from it. He told him that he had sold him the well, not the water. Followed? Okay. Now next one. Answer the following questions briefly. Answer the following questions briefly. Question number 1. Who sold his well to a poor farmer? Who sold his well to a poor farmer? Easy one. A rich businessman sold his well to a poor farmer. A rich businessman sold his well to a poor farmer. Now question number 2. Where did the farmer go for justice? Where did the farmer go for justice? The farmer went to the emperor's court for justice. The farmer went to the emperor's court for justice. Now question number 3. Whom did Akbar call to solve the case of well and water? Whom did Akbar call to solve the case of well and water? Again, it's an easy one. Akbar called Birbal to solve the case of well and water. Akbar called Birbal to solve the case of well and water. Now question number 4. What did you learn from the story Well and Water? What did you learn from the story Well and Water? We learned from the story Well and Water that we should not cheat anyone. We learned from the story Well and Water that we should not cheat anyone. Now let's move on to the next one, objective type questions. Number 1. Answer in one word. Answer in one word. He solved all the cases without any bias. He solved all the cases without any bias. Now who's he? Yes, he's Birbal. So the answer is Birbal. Number 2. The rich man sold it to a poor farmer. The rich man sold it to a poor farmer. Number 3. He felt cheated and was sad. He felt cheated and was sad. Number 4. The rich man didn't allow the farmer to draw it from the well. The rich man did not allow the farmer to draw it from the well. Number 2. Write whether the following sentences are true or false. Write whether the following sentences are true or false. It's very easy, you can do it on your own. Number 1. Birbal is liked by both children and adults. Birbal is liked by both children and adults. Number 2. The poor farmer tried to cheat the rich businessman. The poor farmer tried to cheat the rich businessman. Number 3. The rich man agreed to pay rent to the farmer for using the water. The rich man agreed to pay rent to the farmer for using the water. Number 4. Birbal finally solved the case of well and water. Birbal finally solved the case of well and water. Next one. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Number 1. A rich dash sold his well to a poor dash. Number 2. The farmer went to the emperor's dash and asked for dash. The farmer went to the emperor's dash and asked for dash. Number 3. The rich man was ashamed of his dash. The rich man was ashamed of his dash. Number 4. The farmer thanked dash. The farmer thanked dash. So please do all these exercises. By solving this case, Birbal proved that it was his clever thinking that helped to find a solution to the problem. So many popular stories are there on Birbal's wit, wisdom and intelligence. He was always there to solve Akbar's problem. Now I'd like to tell you another interesting story of Birbal that proves his wisdom. This one is not from your book, but I hope you'd like it. Once on a cold winter day, Akbar and Birbal were walking by a lake. Akbar stopped and put his finger into the freezing water. Okay. And immediately took it out, saying, I don't think anyone can sustain a night in this cold water. Anyone can spend a night in this cold water. Birbal took that as a challenge and said he would find someone who can do it. Akbar promised a sum of 1,000 gold coins to whoever could spend a night standing in the cold water of the lake. Soon Birbal found a poor man who agreed to undertake the challenge for the 1,000 gold coins. Guarded by 2 royal guards, the poor man spent the entire night, means the whole night, standing in the freezing water. In the morning, the poor man was taken to court for the reward for 1,000 gold coins. Okay. On being asked by the king how he could stand in freezing water, the man replied, My lord, I kept looking at a lamp that was burning at a distance and spent the entire night looking at it. On learning this, the emperor said, This man is not worthy of the reward, as he could manage to stand in the lake because he was getting warmth, he was getting heat from the lamp. The poor man felt very sad and heartbroken. Indeed, he felt cheated. He reached out to Birbal for help. Birbal didn't go to the court next day. Akbar visited Birbal to find the reason. To his amusement, means he was very much surprised to see something. What was that? The king found Birbal sitting beside the fire with a pot hanging almost 6 feet above it. On being enquired, Birbal said, I am cooking khichdi, my lord. Akbar started laughing and said that it was impossible. Birbal said, It is possible, my king. If a poor man can stay warm By simply looking at the lamp burning at a distance, I can cook this khichdi the same way. Akbar understood Birbal's point and rewarded the poor man for completing the challenge. So the poor man got justice with the help of Birbal. Hope you liked the story. Stay home, stay safe, take care. Thank you.